Hello there, people of the internet. I'm doing some ammo evaluations with a bunch of random miscellaneous stuff that I've acquired over the years, and today we're having a look at my own ammunition. This right here is stuff that I have personally loaded for my own collection. This is specifically designed to run through my M1 Grand, Garand, however it is you feel like pronouncing that, but I wanted it to run as lightly as possible. So this is, if memory serves me, a 150 grain bullet with 47 grains, a 4064 behind it, if memory serves me correctly. Head stamps on the cases don't matter because I just kind of used whatever 30-06 brass I had laying around. But I figure I've never actually taken this stuff out to test it, and it would be fun to actually take it out to test it to see what we got going on. So assuming that this is the batch that I think it is, this should be, yeah, that's a 150 grain boat tail. It's a soft point. I believe that these are Sierra bullets. I could be wrong on that. And here's our 4064. It is a stick powder, very similar to what you would see in most of your military surplus cases. Let's go ahead, set this down, see how close we are to that. Maybe it was 43 grains of 4064 that I was weighing out versus the 47, because 47 sounded a little high to me whenever I said that. So this one's sitting at 42.2. There is going to be a little bit of discrepancy whenever it comes to this ammo, just because I did not load it like all that exact. I definitely loaded it en masse, but 43-ish grains of 4064 definitely seems to be enough to be able to cycle in 1 grand, so that's what I run. Alright, go ahead and set that aside. Turn this off and on. Pick up our projectile right here. Let's see how heavy this is. Oh, they're 165s. Alright, so that certainly explains it. So 165 grain bullets to run through the M1 Grand with a nice light 40, 64, 43 grain charge. Let's go ahead, bring these out to the range, and I want to see what kind of velocities we get. I want to see what kind of accuracy we get. I basically just want to take this ammo out and test it, so we're going to go do that right now. Alright, continuing our ammo evaluations. Now we're having a look at some hand-loaded ammo that I made myself. I specifically made the stuff for my M1 Grand, Garand, however it is you feel like pronouncing that. So this is 165 grain bullets over 43 grains of 4064 if memory serves me correctly. So it should be sending those 165 grain pills at about 2,500 or so feet per second, give or take. Somewhere around that ballpark. Maybe 2,600, but somewhere around that ballpark. And I want to take these and test them and see how accurate they are. I'm sure that they're all going to go off because they're modern made by yours truly. But I want to see how accurate they are because, again, I loaded these for my M1 Grand. So we're not using them in the M1 Grand. I don't have that rifle with me, but we are going to be sending them through my 1917 Enfield. It's got a full-length barrel on it, and it's got a 1 in 10 twist barrel, so it should be able to stabilize basically anything that we send through it. I got a chronograph, which unfortunately we can't mount to the rifle because it is used and came without shims, so that's just the thing that we're dealing with right now. So we won't know the actual velocities of these, but what we can do is we can see the accuracy, how well they shoot, you know, just things like that. I'm not expecting these to be overly accurate because I didn't exactly design this stuff to be overly accurate. The powder inside of it is estimated. I didn't, you know, measure everything out to 1/10 of a grain. The bullets are factory seconds because that's the cheapest stuff that I could get my hands on. So we're going to see how well it works, though. I'm betting that it's still going to be fairly decent for the amount of effort that I put into it. Now, I designed this stuff specifically to be like a light recoiling 30-06 for the M1 Grand, so it shouldn't be as harsh as some of the other stuff that I've been shooting, which is good because my shoulder is basically just it's turned into spaghetti at this point. All right, let me go ahead and set around downrange here. All right, there's one. Ow! I pulled my hair on that one. There's two. I think that probably had pretty gosh darn good accuracy. All those shots felt good. We'll go down there, I'll grab our target, we'll have a look. Alright, of course the ammo's undercharged, so the brass is going to be just fine. I'm also noticing I forgot to adjust my camera again. So, right here's our group. As you can see,
All the holes are touching. We probably have a quarter MOA ammo here. I'm being facetious, guys. Learn to take a joke. The comments are oftentimes full of people who just can't comprehend what comedy is. So we got ourselves probably a 2-inch spread, give or take, just eyeballing it here. So that's going to give us about 4 MOA accuracy for our ammo, which is about on par with what you would come to expect, especially with the types of ammunition that I'm running here. This is not match grade ammo, so 4 MOA, that's good enough for me for the types of shooting that I do. I mean, that's on par with most of your military surplus stuff, which is pretty much, like I said, what I was going for. So, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below is linked to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you on the next episode. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.